Welcome back. The chase underway as the umpires Asif and Zishan have made their way to the center. As the Watania boys now taking the field, scoring 162 for 5 in their allotted 20 overs. Will surely have a spring in their action when they walk in. The backdrop of a magnificent 48 by Hardik Huda. Sujit holding the innings when they really needed to for the 40 runs that he scored. And then a cameo of 10 of 10 by the captain Mohammad Ali. 31 extras, propelling that score to 162. Both the batsmen now making their way to the center. Asim, the captain, and Sufyan, his partner. .163 is what they require, just a shade over 8 runs and over. Not a very big ask by T20 standards, but this is a funny game. A couple of quick wickets can put the pressure, but a few good shots at the start of the innings can bring in the momentum that they're looking for. Asim taking strike. Tawakkul is donning the gloves for his side. Asim taking guard, and Shihan, the bowler, left arm medium pacer, will be bowling from round the wicket, so predominantly should be pitching the ball on and outside the off stump and bringing it in. Syed Asim, 50 matches, 1011 runs, strike rate of 145.89. A veteran in this format. Just trying to free up his body, and as the night gets cooler, it gets more difficult for the batsman or any fielder, as Mohammad Sufyan, fairly new to this circuit, is 9 matches, 272 runs, impressive strike rate of 171.07. So quite an explosive opening pair to start off with, and they will be hoping that their openers give them a good start. A power play to begin with, 6 overs of power play. Only 2 men allowed outside. Shihan from left arm over the wicket. I predicted that he had started. We're going to start from around the wicket, but is starting over the wicket. And Asim taking strike. No slip. He too starts off with the wide, the way Oshala had started too. So 1 run for the OIP team, Orient Insurance Public Joint Stock Company. One of his feet outside and the second one just on top of the crease. Asking for an LBW, not to be. Ball going down leg side. Score 1 for the loss of no wicket. Sufyan coming down the wicket and having a chat with his partner. Probably telling him to play with a straighter bat rather than playing square. Play down the ground if it's up to you. This is what plays it straight in and off of the bat towards the keeper. No run there. Score remains on 1. Assam batting none of 2 balls. Shan bowling to Assam. Cuts him into half, racing towards the fine leg boundary. The man at short fine leg running in, keeps it down to a single. So moves on to 2. Syed Assam off the mark. Brings Sufyan on to strike. Two for the loss of no wicket. 3 balls bowled, requiring another 160 more runs in 19.3 overs. Title sponsors Alia Insurance Brokers, co-sponsors Crawford and Company Adjusters and Ideal Surveyors and Adjusters. As Sufyan plays this towards short fine, Tawakkul fields by the time the batsman cross over for a single. Score moves on to 3. Shihan just having a look at the wicket. It's called a leg by, so it is going to be going to the team total rather than the batsman's total. Orient wouldn't mind that as long as that run gets counted. Shian bowling to Assam. Brings it back into the bowler, plays it towards short cover there. A single being added. Score moves on to 4. The important thing is, how does Orient go about strategizing this run chase? Do they go full throttle right from the word go, or do they keep wickets in hand and then think of taking it deep towards the end of the game? It's all will unfold in the next few minutes, as this time cuts it towards Gully, the man there, misfield, so does the man at third man. So 4 runs added to the total. Mohammad Sufyan is off the mark with that boundary. Beautiful late cut. A misfield ending a very good over into a damaging one. Fielder going back, but the ball burst through his hands, and so does the man at third man, wanting to field it with his leg. End of the first over. 8 for the loss of no wicket.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
That is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Welcome back. Over number 2, Sujit to partner Shihan with the new ball. Right arm over the wicket. No slip for him as well. As Asim on strike. Edging this one. Tawakkul making sure that the ball that bounced in front of him kisses his pads and stays right there. No run there. So Sujit starts off with the dot ball. Poses a very smooth action. A few paces. Relies more on line and length rather than pace. And that is what is required here. The more invite the batsman to make most of it as he bowls us onto the pads, a bad ball, and Asim just sends us towards the backward square leg boundary. He moves on to 6 of 6 balls with that boundary. Both these batsmen now having a boundary to their name. Have a look at it. Drifting onto the pads, and Asim just helps it on its way towards the backward square leg boundary. So score moves on to 12. Coming to bowl the third ball of the over. Asim on strike. Bowls a wide. This time overcompensates by going outside the off stump but outside the tram line. So one more extra to the total. Remember, Orient had given away 31 extras in their innings, 23 wides. And that does not help your cause in a 20 over game as Sujit comes into bowl, plays it with soft hands and runs a single. Score moves on to 14, brings Sufyan on to strike. As we have a look at the ringside view of the ground, as Sujit comes into this time, bowls it wide outside the off stump. He's wanting to pitch it outside the off stump and shape it away from the batsman, but starts off way outside the off stump to be called a wide. So one more run added. Score moves on to 15. He's already given away 7 runs of the 3 balls he's bowled. The man at short point goes towards gully. Sufyan squares up, plays it towards gully. No run there. $15 for the loss of no wicket. Sufyan now this time chances an arm, going over the man at covers. 1 run completed. Wait and see, they complete the second as well. So score moves on to 17. Fielded by the man at extra cover, throws it back to the bowler, to the keeper rather. Covered up by the man at short fine. So 17 for the loss of 1 wicket. Last ball of the second over coming up. Current run rate of 9.27, needing another 146 more in 18.1 at just a shade over 8. This time cuts this through the point region for a beautiful boundary. Ends the over on a high. 13 runs coming off it. And the score moves on to 21 for the loss of no wicket at the end of 2 overs. Sufyan batting 10 of 5. You have a look at the men on your screen. Sajjad, the venue manager. Uttam, the man behind the scenes. Johnson, the owner of Alia Insurance. Sri as well. And Manish supporting Uttam in the organization. Shehan bowling to Asim. Again brings it back towards into the batsman. Asim playing with a very straight bat, sends us down to long off for a single. Sujit the fielder there. Score moves on to 22. So far, Orient has started on the right note, not taking their chances on everything. They just biding the time. They've got a few boundaries to the credit. So just need to keep that same thing going on. This time cuts this very close to the body and going to the man at deep gully. One more run added. Wild throw, Asim wanting that extra run. Lucky for him that his partner said no at the right time. So one more run added. Score moves on to 23. Asim batting 8 of 8. Shihan again very close to the body, and they still managed to sneak in a single. Tarindu, the fielder there, trying to stop that single but can't do it. So one more run added. Score moves on to 24. Mohammad Sufyan batting 11 of 6 with a couple of boundaries. Syed Asim batting 9 of 9 with one boundary. Shihan coming into bowl to Sufyan. This time over the man at third man for a boundary. The moment you bowl it slightly outside the wide outside the off stump, Sufyan is cutting the ball pretty well. Have a look at it. The moment it's outside, he just moves his right foot across, opens himself up, and sends this one crashing into the boundary. And have a look at the Orient dugout. Some messages being sent from the center and acknowledging that one. Sufyan requiring some assistance. As Shihan comes into bowl, Sufyan's already hit 3 boundaries. This one onto the pads, being called wide. So one more run added. Score moves on to 29. Score 29 for no loss. This time much better line into the stumps. Sufyan plays it back towards the bowler. Last ball of the third over coming up. You already see that the fielders are drying up the ball. They're waiting for an official confirmation if there is dew on the ground. This time cuts this one towards gully. Misfield there. Ball going towards the boundary. One run taken. Wait and see. Yes, they complete the second. So the over completed. 3 overs completed. 31 for the loss of no wickets. Sufyan batting 17 of 9. And Syed Asim batting 9 of 9. Welcome back as we see the first change as we have a official confirmation. The duo set in, so that is going to make it interesting as Hardik bowls to Asim, who places to a short cover. Mohammad Ali, the captain, stationed at short mid wicket. No run there. 6 foot plus guy coming from round the wicket. Plays bowls it onto the pads with no protection on the fine leg boundary. It was always going to be on the cards, even a faint nick, and so does Asim collect his second boundary. He moves into double figures. Score moves on to 35. Score moves on to 35. Need another 128 runs of 16.4 overs at 7.68. Hardik this time bowls it outside the off stump. Asim just cuts this one, beats the keeper for a single to short third man. Score moves on to 36. Hardik bowling to Sufyan. Outside the off stump, waiting for the umpire signal. He calls it a legal ball. Sufyan just indicating to someone behind the bowler's arm to just settle down. So score remains on 36. Fifth ball of the over coming up. Plays this towards mid on. No chance for the fielder. Ball going towards the long on boundary for a 4. Score moves on to 40. And Sufyan moves into the 20s. He's 21 of 11 balls. Hardik bowling is half volley and he just sends this downtown towards long on. No chance for Shehan at mid on to cut that one off. Score moves on to 40. We're in the fourth over of power play with only 2 fielders allowed outside the circle. This one onto the pads, going towards a fine leg boundary. The man at backward square coming around keeps it down to 2 more runs, waiting for the umpire's signal. Is it off the bat? Off the bat is what he says. So 11 runs coming off this over. At the end of 4 overs, 42 for the loss of no wicket. Mohammad Sufyan batting 23 of 12. Syed Asim batting 14 of 12. As I say, Gautam comes into bowl for the first time in this innings. Chance of a run out, but not to be. 1 more run added to the total. Score moves on to 43. Gautam bowling to Sufyan, up into the slot, plays it over, covers, 2 men doing the running around, tagging along. Tarindu collecting the ball and sending it towards the bowler. 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 45. Bowling This time slaps it across towards the man at wide long off. One more run added. Sujit the fielder. Score moves on to 46. Asim on strike. He's batting 15 of 13 balls. Onto the pads. Just a quiet appeal, but umpire not interested. Gautam bowling to Syed Asim. Plays this towards point. Chance of a run out, but umpire, the batsman safely in. Gautam just getting hit onto his knee roll. Just hope he's quite okay. Sufyan to take strike for the last ball of the over, 47 for the loss of no wicket, as Gautam bowls a wide, so one more run added to the total. Score moves on to 48. This time umpire concluding that it's a legal ball. Sufyan just a bit surprised with that decision. A good ball to end the over. 5 overs completed, 48 for the loss of no wicket.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
That is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Welcome back. Over number 6, the final power play over in this tournament. Tarindu to bowl, Asim on strike. Loops this one. Asim presses forward and plays with a straight dead bat. No run there. Wouldn't be a bad idea if they have a quiet over. They have quite a few runs on board and they are on track. They don't need to do anything silly out here. Just play on the merit of the ball, as Asim plays this towards short point and take a quick single, brings Sufyan on to strike. Score moves on to 49. Sufyan just playing a handsome knockout here. He's 26 of 15. Played on the merit of the ball so far, as this time gets a chance to play and sweeps this one towards short square. By the time Deepak fielded that one more run added, so the 50 coming up in 5.3 overs. 50 for the loss of no wicket. Comparatively, Watania had lost a couple of wickets and had scored it in the 8th over. This time Asim plays it towards the square leg boundary. Deepak giving the chase, but the ball wins the race. And score gallops along to 54. Have a look at it. Slightly quicker this time, but onto the pads, and Asim just sending it towards the square leg boundary. So a couple of more balls in the power play to go. 54 for the loss of no wicket. Syed Asim now 21 of 18. Needing another 109 runs of the remaining 86 deliveries, as this one again onto the pads, asking for a decision. Deepak giving the chase and just managing to keep it within the boundary. Comes back in. By the time he feels 2 more runs added, waiting for the umpire signal. Off the bat is what the umpire says. The bowlers finding it difficult to grip the ball with the dew set in. Ali having a word with Tarindu, just asking him to keep his calm and bowl it outside the off stump. He's bowling well, but just needs to make sure he keeps the line. We have a look at the again onto the pad, sweeps this one over the man at short square for another boundary. Syed Asim now 27, Mohammad Sufyan on 27, 60 is what they've scored in 6 overs. Have a look at the replay. The last boundary. Again, quicker in the air, but too full, and Asim just helping its way towards the square leg boundary. At the Watania bowling card, Mohammad Shamim 2 overs 17 runs, no wicket. Sujit Subramaniam 1 over 13 runs, no wicket. Hardik Huda 1 over 11 runs, no wicket. Gautam 1 over 6 runs, no wicket. And Tarindu giving 12 runs. None of them have been able to break this partnership, as Gautam continues. Ball this time going under the bat. One bounce to the keeper's gloves. Both the keepers not confident enough to stay as close as possible with the ball dying down. Be more better if they stay, as Sufyan this time wanting to cut this one with the ball coming in, plays with a slightly straighter bat. Ball going towards short square. Tarindu, the fielder, keeps it down to a single score, moves on to 61. Asim this time walks in and plays this towards, covers Ali the fielder there. No run. Have a look at the bowlers trying to dry the ball at every occasion. Fielders having towels around their backs. This time over the man at gully for a boundary. A beautiful shot. On the last occasion wanting to do that, but because that was into the stump line, he didn't. This time gets a good meat of the bat, chance to open his arms, and with the field inside the circle on the offside, it was always going to be a boundary for the taking. Score moves on to 65. So the required runs now coming below the 3-figure mark. It's another 98 of the remaining 13.2 overs at required rate of 7.35. At the moment going at 9.75. Have a look at the offside field. Man at short third, gully, point, covers the man at long off. That's your offside field. As this time, again, of the inner half of the bat into the pads and rolls towards the keeper. No run there. Have a look at the leg side field now. Players moved around. There's a man at short fine leg, the man at deep mid wicket, and the man at long on. Walks in towards that stroke, plays it towards short covers. 1 run completed. Was that a chance of a run out? End of the over, 66 for the loss of no wicket. Tarindu coming to bowl his second over. He's given away 12 runs of the first over that he bowled. Asim collecting a couple of boundaries. This time outside the off stump, cuts this one towards the gully boundary. 4 more runs. Wickets just spiced up a bit, and Asim is just happy to play through the line of the ball. Sends it towards the deep gully for 4 more runs. Second ball of the over, 70 for the loss of no wicket. Asking for an LBW. Probably going down leg side. Asim just struggling a bit. Tarindu just not happy with that one. Probably thought this was going on to hit the stumps. The umpire doesn't think so. There's no review for an LBW. You can only review a stumping or a run out. If that's not to be, that the batsman survives. Close shave, was not that kind of a delivery where he could have swept. This time goes back and plays it with soft hands towards short covers. Ali is not able to stop that single. This is where the pressure's going to be released after the dot ball and an LBW appeal. It was quite important that you string a couple of dot balls, put the pressure back on the batsman, but it is released and Asim manages to go towards the non-striker. Let Sufyan take strike now. This time plays this towards wide long on. The fielder there booting it back in. Hardik, the fielder, keeps it down to a single. 72 for the loss of no wicket in 7.4 overs. 91 more runs required for Orient Insurance to win the Insurance Cup Premier League. ICPL as he rocks this one, plays it towards extra covers. Fielder there keeping it down to a single. Score moves on to 73. Last ball of the 8th over coming up. So wide, so one more run added. 8 runs coming off the over already. The umpire signaling for the cap to be taken away. As if the ball touches the cap, that could be a 5-run penalty. .89 runs more required as the last ball of the 8th over being bowled. Plays it with soft hands, wanting a single. Awesome, denying that one. End of 8 overs, 74 for the loss of no wicket. Syed Asim batting 38 of 28 and Mohammad Sufyan batting 29 of 20. Welcome back. Over number 9 to begin. Amir, the bowler. Trying to set the field, keeping the fielders at the right places. They need to break this partnership and they break it fast and get a couple of wickets more to put pressure back on Orient. So far it looks all too easy for them. They're scoring at the rate of 9.25. They needed just a shade above 8 when they started the innings. So they're well and truly in control of this chase. Amir from round the wicket. The off spinner. Shortish ball wanting to cut this one. Misses that one. Misses on an opportunity. It was there to be hit. Wanting to. Amir. Slightly slow. Much better ball this time. Squaring Asim up is not picking the ball up. He's trying to play it a bit late. This time under edges this one towards covers. One more run added. Score moves on to 75. Takes him off strike. Brings Sufyan on strike. As Amir comes into bowl to Sufyan. Plays it high in the air, over the bowler's head, and over the ropes for the first maximum of the innings. Score moves on to 81. Have a look at it. Into his arc, goes down on one knee, plays it high, and just managed as this time. Again, another one. Wait to see whether it lands in no man's area for 2 more runs added to the total. Rather, one, sorry. So Sufyan trying to chance his arm. He was lucky enough that this one fell in no man's land where the fielders were quite fast. So 1 run added. Last ball of the over. Asim plays this towards the point region. Ball going towards the boundary and 4 more runs added. So the over ends with 12 runs coming off it. 86 for the loss of no wicket at the end of 9 overs. Have a look at that. 6 plays it high and handsome over the ropes. Both the fielders quite late in that one. The next one and the last ball, sorry, plays it in the air. The man at gully not able to stop that one, and the ball going into the boundary for 4. 9 overs completed. 86 for the loss of no wicket. Syed Asim batting 43 of 32. Sufyan batting 36 of 22. As the captain Mohammad Ali now coming into bowl, the 10th over.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
That is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Sufyan on strike, Ali the bowler. Shot, plays it towards the point boundary for another one. Score moves on to 90. Amir, the fielder there, not able to stop that one. It was hit hard, but you need to stop those one if you want to make some match of this, else Orient are well on course to win this one without much of a sweat. As both these batsmen now into the 40s. Mohammad Sufyan 40 of 23, Syed Asim 43 of 32. This one much better ball, too close to the body to cut that one into Tawakkal's hand. No run there. Current run rate 9.64, required run rate 6.84. Another 73 more of the remaining 64 balls. This time way too short, plays it towards the man it covers. He puts a hand, keeps it inside the boundary, slips but gives away a single. Score moving on to 91. (91) for no loss as Asim plays this towards deep third man. Tarindu the fielder there. 1 more run added. Score moves on to 92. As we approach the halfway mark of this innings. The Insurance Cricket Premier League being scored on Game On app. Season 10. Yes. Ali bowling to Sufyan, slightly slow this time and kept low as well. Senses towards the cover region for a single. One more run added. Score moves on to 93. Last ball of the over. Syed Asim batting 44 of 33. Waiting for the umpire signal and he calls it a wide. So score moves on to 94. Ali will have to reload, bowling to his counterpart. At this time, Asim plays it towards long on. Hardik, the fielder, comes in and keeps it down to a single. So end of the 10th over. 10 overs completed. 95 for the loss of no wicket. As we have a look at the scorecard so far, Syed Asim 45 of 34. Mohammad Sufyan 42 of 26. Syed Asim 45 of 34, Sufyan 42 of 26, 8 extras in innings, 95 for the loss of no wicket. Have a look at the bowling card. Seven bowlers used. Mohammad Shamim 2 overs 17 runs. Sujit Subramaniam 1 over 13 runs. Hardik Kuda 1 over 11 runs. Gautam Tamil Selvan 2 overs 12 runs. Tarindu Lianaige 2 overs 20. Amir Bashir 1 over 12 runs. And Mohammad Ali 1 over 9 wickets. None of the bowlers successful so far in breaking this partnership. Orient Insurance needing another 68 runs of the remaining 60 deliveries, 10 overs at the rate of 6.80 to land their hands on that coveted trophy. The Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 10 as the final 10 overs coming up in the next few minutes after this drinks break. Welcome back. Amir Bashir to continue over number 11 as floats this one outside off stump. No run there. Dot ball. Both these batsmen set and well on course to take their team to victory. As this one slightly short this time, holding its length. It's 2 dot balls. Will have to bowl a few more overs that way, put the pressure back on the batsmen and invite them to play a false stroke. Much better ball, slightly lower trajectory. Sufyan going down the wicket to have a talk to his partner. There's absolutely no need to panic out here. They are well on course. A couple of quiet overs is not going to do any harm to Orient. Just need to make sure that they don't lose too many wickets if they want to. This time outside the off stump, waiting for the umpire signal. He calls it a legal ball. So 4 dot balls. A good comeback after the drinks break. Amir Bashir has bowled 4 dot balls. The required run rate slowly creeping up from 6.89. This time onto the pads. And misfield there. The ball going towards the boundary. So the pressure being released. And that shoulder of the bowler drops. He's bowled up. It was a ranked bad ball. Should have gone to the boundary, but a better effort from the fielder could have managed to save that. Have a look at it. The ball will turn for a spinner. You got to account for that. And Deepak was pretty casual in his approach, so gives away the boundary. Syed Asim reaches 49. Team total reach on this time. Dot ball to end the over. 4 runs coming off it. 99 for the loss of no wicket at the end of 11 overs. Tarindu to continue. He has given away 20 runs of the 2 overs he's bowled. Mohammad Sufyan on strike. He is on 42 of 26. This time he too starts off with a dot ball. Score remains on 99. This time short, plays it towards the mid-wicket area. Fielder there keeps it down to a single. The 100 coming up in 11.2 overs. $100 for no loss at the end of 11.2 overs. Another 63 more required of 52 balls at 7.27. Sufyan just one away from a 50 in the finals of the Insurance Cricket Premier League. Sweeps this one towards this square leg area. Deepak booting this one in. We wait and watch. That's just a single. So the 50 for Asim. A well-made 50. The captain leading from the front and ensuring that they're well in sight of that trophy. He's got 5 boundaries and 1-6 strike rate of 153.57. Sorry, that was Sufyan who collects his 6th boundary. And he moves on to 47 with that stroke. Tarindu just indicating that this should have been taken. Have a look at that. In the air, and the man at gully just having half an attempt, and the ball racing away to the boundary. Syed Asim 50 coming off 41 balls. 11.4 overs completed. 8 boundaries, no 6, strike rate of 121.95. A very good partnership. This time it's we called a wide, drifting this one way outside the off stump. Score moves on to 106. Another 57 more, as this time wanting to play it over the bowler's head, doesn't make any contact. So last ball of the 12th over coming up. Another one, beautiful ball outside the off stump. Sufyan indicating that should have been a wide, but not to be. At the end of 12 overs, 106 for the loss of no wicket. Current run rate of 8.83. Another 57 of 8 overs required at 7.12. Both the batsmen taking a quick drink. Welcome back. Tarindu's 3 overs have cost 27 runs. As Amir Bashir comes back to bowl his 3rd over, he's given away 16 of the 2 overs that he's bowled. Insurance Cricket Premier League sponsored by Alia Insurance Brokers, Crawford and Company Adjusters, Ideal Surveyors and Adjusters. Asim comes down the track, plays it in the air, going towards the man at short third. Shihan, the fielder, unable to catch that one, so luck still eluding Watania Takaful. They still not managed to break this partnership. Another 1 more run added. Score moves on to 107. Asim for the first time comes down the wicket, slices this one, short third, backtracking, doesn't get his hands under the ball. So 1 more run. More importantly, Asim still in the center as Sufyan gets this one to go into the boundary. So he gets this 50. 51 of 32 balls. He too reaches 51 with his 7th boundary and a 6 to go along with that. There you see, goes down on one knee and 1 bounce into the cover region for his 50. 111, the triple Nelson on board. Let's have a look. It brings some luck as this one plays towards long on. The man there doing the fielding. Hardik slips there and another boundary. Agony continues to follow Watania Takaful in this finals. What should have been just a single, not a convincing stroke. A couple of bounces and Hardik just slips at the last second and gives away that boundary. So score moves on to 115. Needing another 48 more runs of the remaining 41 balls. This time in the air. Does the man at long off come into picture? No, he too is a spectator as now Sufyan has decided to go into top gear. He's got a liking to Amir's bowling. He's peppered him with a couple of boundaries and then follows it up with a 6. There you see, crouches down, gets under the ball, enough bat on it, and a good 15 meters away from the boundary. This man had long off, just a spectator, his second 6, 8 boundaries to follow. Strike rate of 179.41. As a foolish delivery, sweeps this one towards square leg. Deepak there doing the fielding, keeps it down to a single. Last ball of the 13th over coming up, 122 for the loss of no wicket. Sufyan batting 62 of 35 and Syed Asim 51 of 42. Amir has already gone for 16 of the first 5 balls. He had given away 16 runs in the 2 overs he's bowled, but now he's given a 16 with 1 ball. Ends this with the dot ball. Frustration for him as he saw a couple of boundaries being given away and a catch being dropped.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
That is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
122 for the loss of no wickets, 41 required of 7, so the required run rate for the first time dropping below 6 runs. Syed Sufyan on strike, Wade just giving a wide smile as the ball this time scooting closer to the surface into the keeper's hand. Tawakkul has done a good job behind the stumps. He's not got any chance, but he's done. This time Sufyan cuts this one towards a deep point. The man they stationed for that shot keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 123. What should have been an even contest is slowly now getting out of the hands of Watania Takaful. Orient Insurance well in command of this run chase. As Asim this time moves across and plays this towards deep point, the man there stationed again comes into play, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 124. Muhammad Ali, the captain, would be really hoping somebody comes in and picks up a couple of wickets just to see that the game is brought back, as the man at covers doing the fielding. One more run added. Score moves on to 125 for the loss of no wicket. More importantly, Watania should not lose heart. They need to keep their shoulders high and try to get a couple of wickets, put the pressure back on Orient, and see if they can make a few mistakes and bring themselves back into this game. As Tarindu coming to bowl his 5th ball of his 4th over. This time misfielder for the man at point, and 4 more runs added. It's all too easy. The fielders helping the Orient's cause by letting those balls slip and crash into the boundaries. So one more Boundary added to the total, what should have been a single. Both the batsmen happy to hobble across for a single, but end of 14 overs, 130 for the loss of no wicket. Another 33 runs required of the remaining 6 overs at the rate of 5.50. Both these batsmen respectively completing their half centuries and are in no mood to move away from the wicket. We'll want to see their team romp home with the least amount of wickets given away. As Mohammad Shihan comes into bowl, he's given away 17 runs of the 2 overs that he's bowled. Syed Asim batting 57 of 46 and Mohammad Sufyan 64 of 38. And comes into bowl to Asim. Cuts this one towards the man at deep point again. Single added. Score moves on to 131. Sufyan on strike, facing Mohammad Shihan. Over the man at long off for another maximum. He moves on to 70. Score moves on to 137. There you see, into the slot and just moves his left leg across, opens himself up, and a good 10 meters over the long off boundary. His third maximum of the night, and he is still not finished. Another 26 more required of 5.4 overs. .70 of 39, 137 for no loss. As this one down the leg side will be called a wide. Tawakkal just managing to get a hand onto it, so keeps it down to 2 wides. Else could have been more. So score moves on to 139, needing another 24 more runs. Shihan clearly indicating that it's difficult to grip a wet ball and keep control of it. Shihan plays this towards short square, single being taken, all too easy for Orient right now, needing another 23 more. Score moves on to 140. Syed Asim moves on to 59 of 48 deliveries. मेरी बीवी शॉपिंग पे शॉपिंग किया जा रही है उधर. Sam sends the shot down towards deep mid wicket. One more run added to the total. Brings Syed Asim on to strike. He is batting 59. Mohammad Sufyan batting 71 of 40. 14.4 overs completed. 141 for the loss of no wicket. As Asim this time moves over towards the off stump, plays this towards the deep mid wicket region. Fielder there, ambling away, keeping down to a single score, moves on to 142. Insurance Cricket Premier League sponsored by Alia Insurance, brokers, Crawford and Company Adjusters, Ideal Surveyors and Adjusters, three sponsors for this event. It's coming towards a closure. Another 21 more runs required as Sufyan gets a chance to send this over the extra cover boundary for a maximum. Umpire just waiting for the signal, asking the fielder. Yes, Ali, the captain, saying yes, that's a 6. So another 15 more required. Have a look at it. Shian bowling outside the off stump, gets a chance to open his arms again and just over the extra cover boundary for a maximum. 148 for the loss of no wicket in 15 overs. Mohammad Shian going for 35 in the 3 overs that he's bowled. Amir Bashir coming in to bowl his last over. "30 balls, 15 runs." We'll have to see how fast do Orient complete the innings, as Sufyan is just down on his knees, not sure if he's quite okay. But does he want to continue? Yes, he does. He tells his partner to carry on. As Amir comes to bowl to Asim. Quite slow there. And now Asim moving across. He too is clutching his hip. Need to make sure they're fit and ready to resume work, as this time moves way outside the off stump, exposing his leg stump and sending this one towards long leg for a single. So 14 more runs required. Of the remaining 4.4 overs at required rate of 3 runs an over. And just a matter of time before Orient closes game. It's just to wait and watch whether they do it without losing a wicket, as Sufyan doesn't need to do anything to that. It's been called a wide, so one more run added. The 150 coming up in 15.2 overs. As Amir plays it with soft hands towards wanting to play a big shot, but the moment Amir shortened his length, he decided to play it with soft hands and collect a single. He moves on to 78. Score moves on to 151, as Amir now decides to come from round the wicket. Probably want to dart one into the stumps, with Asim trying to expose that leg stump. Wait and watch as he bowls this one outside the off stump, over the fielder at point. The man at deep point doing the fielding. One more run added. Score moves on to 152. Needing another 11 more runs to win this contest and the trophy. The Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 10. This time Sufyan plays it towards short mid wicket. No run there, a dot ball. As a no ball is being called, we'll have to wait and watch whether it is just 3 men inside the circle is why the umpires call that a no ball. So a dot ball now culminating into a run and a free hit. Pretty alert umpires Asif and Zishan, who quickly to spot that there was a free hit coming up. And he obliges by playing this one over long on for a maximum. So just another 4 more runs required. Score moves on to 159. Sufyan moves on to the 80s. He's 84 of 44. Have a look at that, with keeper 2 standing behind. Anyway, he wasn't going to get stumped, but still enough of meat to send this one over the long on boundary. Full toss over the bowler's head. A man at long off doing the fielding, keeps it down to a single. Amir finishing his quota of 4 overs, gave away 44 runs. 160 for no loss in 16. Score. Sufyan on strike. Mohammad Sufyan 85 of 46 balls, 8 boundaries, 5 sixes. As we see a new bowler, Bowler, jaldi, jaldi. Just over. Full toss down the ground. We'll wait and watch. The man at long off. Mohammad Ali, the captain, doing the fielding, keeps it down to a singles, brings Asim on to strike. 2 more runs required to win this trophy. Sujit comes back to bowl. Asim comes down the wicket and he's stumped. So finally, a rush of blood by the captain, and he's on his way back, wanting to finish it on a high, but ends up losing his wicket. And a mere consolation for the Watania boys that they finally managed to break this partnership, although a bit too late. And Asim just smiling, and Sufyan saying, Skip, you didn't need to do that. 62 of 53, 9 boundaries, stumped by Tawakkul off the bowling of Sujit. But he's done his job. His teammates and supporters at the edge of the circle applauding their captain's effort. So finally, one of the bowlers into the wickets column. As Keshav comes to the middle, he's 6 matches, 143 runs, a strike rate of 238.33. All they need is another couple of runs, a pair to cross this line in emphatic fashion. Sujit asking for an LBW. Is that off the bat or drifting down? Umpire signaling 2 more balls left in the over. 3 needing another 2 more runs of 3.2 overs at that less than run and over. As toss this one, and Keshav sends this over long on for a maximum. So jubilation for the Orient boys, winning this one by 9 wickets and 3.1 overs to spare. Sufyan not out 85 with 8 boundaries and 5 maximums. And Keshav just coming and giving that final touch to that innings, as handshakes and hugs all around. A tournament played well, in good spirits by all the teams. But in the end, you have one winner. And this time Orient, who were unlucky the last time when they lost to Zurich, but this time an emphatic win. But Watania shouldn't be disappointed, should hold their heads high. They played well right through the tournament and then ran into a side that is a champion side. As the umpires make their way out, so do the Orient boys. As we have a look at the scorecard, Watania boys just congratulating each other for making it to the finals. As we have a look at the scorecard, Syed Asim out for 62 of 53. He was stumped by Tawakkul of the bowling of Sujit, just 2 runs short of the target when he got out. Mohammad Sufyan 86 of 47. 8 boundaries to Asim, 8 boundaries to Sufyan, but he added it with another 5 sixes to his credit. And Keshav coming and putting the knockout punch with the maximum to see them over the line in 16.5 overs at the rate of 9.9 to 13 overs, 13 extras given away. As we have a look at the Watania Takaful bowling. Mohammad Shamim 3 overs 35 runs, no wicket. Sujit Subramaniam 1.5 overs 20 runs, he was the lone wicket taker. Hardik Huda 1 over 11 runs. Gautam Tamil Selvan, the pick of the bowlers, 2 overs 12 runs, no wicket. Tarindu Lianaige 4 overs 35 runs, no wicket. Amir Bashir can consider him unlucky when a couple of catches and a few runs went off his bowling. 4 overs 44 runs, no wicket. And Mohammad Ali 1 over 9 runs, no wicket. The lone wicket to fall was at 161, and a 9 wicket victory with 3.1 overs to spare. Orient Takaful, the winners of the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 10, as we have the presentations and the interviews coming up right away in the next few minutes. Welcome to the post-match presentation of the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 10 between Watania and Orient. We first of all would like to thank our sponsors, Alia Insurance Brokers, and the associate sponsors too.
journey begin. Who win this year's championship? Come feel the heat of this dream. Witness the strength and confidence of those who face these challenges, cause in the end we all win. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Everybody sing.
Hey, listen up. Hey.
The ball has hit the bat, whoa, whoa. Fielders are running to catch it. Is a six, or will it be a four? We scream, we roar, oh my god, the tension soar. The pressure, the skill on display is amazing, what can I say? Let the claps run in millions, as if cricket is our religion. Let's go. If you wanna be the best, play with courage and confidence. Level up your game to be prominent. Don't forget it's your time to shine. Play tough but remember to be kind. Let's see who tops at the finish line. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. begin. Who win this year's championship? Come feel the heat of this dream. Witness the strength and confidence of those who face these challenges, cause in the end we all win. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Everybody say
Hey, listen up. Hey.
the ball has hit the bat. Whoa, whoa. Fielders are running to catch it. Is a six, or will it be a four? We scream, we roar. Oh my God, the tension soar. The pressure, the skill on display is amazing. What can I say? Let the claps run in millions, as if cricket is our religion. Let's go. If you wanna be the best, play with courage and confidence. Level up your game to be prominent. Don't forget it's your time to shine. Play tough but remember to be kind. Let's see who tops at the finish line. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League.